Hello, all you freedom-loving people. Welcome to another episode of Front Page. I'm your host, Scott Cameron Goulet. Fox News and CNN both chose to part ways with their star hosts on Monday. Tucker Carlson is undoubtedly the most sought-after host in the market, but he also has more options than just the journalism world. Meanwhile, Don Lemon fought a war of words within 24 hours of breaking up with CNN. Biden has officially announced his candidacy for president in 2024. He faces the challenges of both age and performance. In terms of age, Biden will be 86 years old in 2028. So how many people at that age still have a clear head and plenty of energy? In terms of performance, although the leftist media has been singing Biden's praises, the shadow of inflation and economic crisis is affecting the public sentiment. There's also the crisis at the southern border and the expiring debt ceiling as unavoidable issues. And of course, with the financial scandal of Hunter Biden and with the scandal of his private life, can Biden keep pretending that nothing is happening? Leftist entertainment company Disney began a second round of layoffs, and Google also suspended its plans to build in California. Okay, let's get into it. The news of the split between Tucker Carlson and Fox News was like dropping a bomb on calm water, stirring up waves everywhere. Megyn Kelly, who was once on Fox News, was one of the first to publicly comment on Carlson's departure. She said, "Good for Tucker. Trust me, he doesn't need them." Christian Ziegler, the chair of the Republican Party of Florida, suggested that Tucker Carlson could launch his own network immediately. He posted, "He is the single most important and effective voice in news. Let the pro-freedom champions rally and join him on the network." Journalist Glenn Greenwald credited Tucker with holding several views that conservatives are divided over. Greenwald wrote on Twitter that Carlson was the cable host who most opposed the U.S. proxy war in Ukraine, denounced the CIA, the FBI, and the DHS for its systemic lies and corruption. He devoted himself to a pardon for Julian Assange. He objected to regime change efforts in Cuba. He criticized Trump admin's militarism. Jimmy Dore, who is a left-wing political commentator and an anti-war activist, tweeted, "No one else in all of corporate news ever brings on anti-war voices. The one that did just got axed." The Fox News statement did not explain the reason for parting ways with Tucker Carlson, but Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has been a prominent critic of the COVID-19 vaccine rollout, believes that it had to do with Carlson's show the other day involving the vaccine. Kennedy tweeted, "Fox fires Tucker Carlson 5 days after he crosses the red line by acknowledging that the TV networks pushed a deadly and ineffective vaccine to please their pharma advertisers." Carlson's breathtaking, courageous April 19th monologue broke TV's two biggest rules. Tucker told the truth about how greedy pharma advertisers control TV news content, and he lambasted newscasters for promoting jabs that they knew to be lethal and worthless. Former Arizona GOP gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake also worked for Fox News. She encouraged Tucker Carlson from her own experience, saying that there's a bigger world out there. Kari Lake said, "The best decision I ever made was leaving Fox. Good for you, Tucker Carlson. You're free and uncensored." Radio host Glenn Beck invited Tucker Carlson to join the blaze. He also predicted that this move will kill Fox.
Tucker, come to Jamaica. We would love to have you here. You won't miss a beat. And together, two of us will tear it up. Just tear it up.
That would be fascinating.
It would be.
I'm sure they're going to be quite a large contingency of people trying to get that done.
I think that'll kill Fox. I really do. I know so many people that, still kind of like Fox and they watch the other shows, but they're like, Tucker is the only one that I really trust. You lose Tucker Carlson, I think that really kills them.
Tucker Carlson must have received a number of similar invitations since yesterday. The Daily Wire's Jeremy Boring also delivered a friendly message. He said, "A lot of people are asking if Tucker Carlson is coming to real Daily Wire. I suspect Tucker already has a plan, but we'd break out the big novelty checkbook for him if he doesn't." James Golden, also known as the late Rush Limbaugh's right-hand man, Bo Snerdley, predicted that my guess is that within 24 hours, Tucker Carlson will have more offers to choose from than any other media personality in recent history. There may have been early signs of a split between Carlson and Fox News. A few days ago, Carlson appeared at a Heritage Foundation event on April 21st to highlight the conservative group's 50th anniversary. After Carlson delivered the keynote address, Heritage President Kevin Roberts told Carlson, "If things go south for Fox News, there's always a job for you here at Heritage." Carlson said in response, "You've saved me before." Newsmax and One American News Network, OAN, are also considering hiring Tucker Carlson. OAN issued a statement saying that its executives wanted to meet with Carlson, whose last appearance on Fox News was April 21st. The company said in a statement on Monday, One American News founder and CEO Robert Herring would like to extend an invitation to Carlson to meet for a negotiation to become a part of the OAN team. OAN tweeted, "Maybe Fox News' loss could be OAN's gain." Chris Ruddy, the CEO of Newsmax TV network, also expressed that he would be interested in having a conversation with Tucker Carlson following his departure from Fox. He added, "I think it opens the door to a lot of Fox people checking out Newsmax." Ruddy said that Fox's decision to part ways with Carlson did not make sense in light of Carlson's large viewership. President Trump also reacted to Carlson's departure from Fox in an interview with Newsmax.
So Tucker Carlson was sitting here 2 weeks ago interviewing you. He's gone. What do you make of that?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm surprised. He's a very good person, a very good man, and very talented, as you know, and he had very high ratings. So we're just learning about it almost as we speak. You and I just said, wow, that was something. That's a big one. I don't know if it was voluntary or was it somebody fired, but I think Tucker's been terrific. He's been, especially over the last year or so, he's been terrific to me.
President Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., also said Carlson's departure changes things permanently in the media landscape. Trump Jr. called Carlson a once-in-a-generation type talent, saying that he hopes Carlson will continue to speak on behalf of conservatives. Trump Jr. added, "I hope whatever he does, he continues to be that voice for conservatism, because, again, he's one of the few people pushing those boundaries." Hannity, whose show follows Tucker Carlson's former time slot, said on his radio program that he, like President Trump, was surprised by Carlson's departure. Hannity, at the start of his show, said, "It's very hard." He added, "My phone has been blowing up all day. The hard part for me is I don't have a clue. I have no idea. Was it Tucker's decision? Was it Fox's? Was it a mutual agreement that they had? I don't know." On the same day that Carlson left Fox, Don Lemon was fired from CNN. According to CNN insiders, Don Lemon has been a source of outrage in the office, and they say that Lemon thinks he has a get-out-of-jail-free card because he is gay and he is black. Insiders say Lemon is both a misogynist and a sexist. On his daytime live show in February, he satirized the 51-year-old female Republican presidential contender Nikki Haley as being past her prime as a woman. After that, colleagues no longer wanted to work with him. After being fired on Monday morning, Lemon immediately lashed out at his old employer of 17 years in a tweet, saying that the company's executives had gone so far as to inform his manager instead of giving him the minimum respect and informing him personally. "I was informed this morning by my agent that I have been terminated by CNN. I am stunned. After 17 years at CNN, I would have thought that someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do my work I have loved at the network. It is clear that there are some larger issues at play." But CNN immediately tweeted back saying that Lemon's claims were incorrect. They said, "Don Lemon's statement about this morning's event is inaccurate. He was offered an opportunity to meet with management, but instead released a statement on Twitter." A deputy to CNN executive Chris Licht contacted Lemon's agent and said his services were no longer needed at CNN. The deputy also invited Lemon to meet with Human Resources as well as Licht. Joe Biden officially announced in a video that he will run in the 2024 election. He told reporters that he would officially launch his candidacy for next year very soon. In the video, Biden said, "The question we are facing is whether in the years ahead we have more freedom or less freedom, more rights or fewer." In his video, while showing images of events of January 6, 2021, Biden took aim at Republicans, saying, "Around the country, MAGA extremists are lining up to take on those bedrock freedoms." Polls show that most Americans do not think highly of his performance as president. Even among many Democrats, the public is very concerned about his age and his suitability for public office. Even the New York Times has published a rare editorial questioning Biden's age and suitability for presidency. Biden said, "Concerns about age, both in terms of fitness for office and being out of touch with the moment, are legitimate," as Mr. Biden acknowledged in an interview in February with ABC News. His standard line repeated in that interview is, "The only thing I can say is watch me." But Biden has given voters very few chances to do just that, to watch him. And his refusal to engage with the public regularly raises questions about his age and health. Biden also needs to talk about his health openly and without embarrassment and end the pretense that it doesn't matter. Only a combination of performance and complete candor will change the minds of skeptical voters. Biden's most recent health summary, released on February 16th, described him as a healthy, vigorous 80-year-old male who is fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency. But his cognitive abilities went unmentioned. That's something he should discuss publicly, and that he should also demonstrate to the voters who expect the president to reflect the nation's strength. A new NBC News poll shows that 70% of American adults think that Biden should not run for re-election, with 48% saying that Biden's age is the main reason. The New York Times said if he runs again, Mr. Biden will need to provide explicit reassurance to voters. Many of them have seen family members decline rapidly in their 80s. Americans are watching what Mr. Biden says and does, just as he has asked them to do. Biden faces more challenges than just his age. Since late 2021, Biden's handling of the nation's economy has been the focus of attention for many Americans as inflation stubbornly remains high and fears of recession persist. The escalating crisis on the U.S.-Mexico border, the war between Russia and Ukraine, and the growing influence of communist China and its potential invasion of Taiwan are other challenges facing Biden. One of his most pressing issues is the debt ceiling standoff with the Republican-controlled House of Representatives. Biden has refused to negotiate with House Republicans over the debt ceiling. And Hunter Biden has a child who was born out of wedlock. The child's mother, London Roberts, and Hunter Biden could not agree on the amount of child support. Hunter asked the court to reduce his monthly child support payments. He claimed that his income had decreased in recent months and therefore he should pay less to the child's mother. But he was reluctant to provide Roberts with the financial records that her attorney had requested. Roberts' attorneys filed a petition on Friday in Arkansas State Court asking that Hunter be jailed until he turns over his financial records. Roberts' lawyer wrote to compel discovery, saying that this court should incarcerate the defendant in the Cleburne County Detention Center until he complies with the court's order and answers discovery. Although the court previously ruled that Hunter's financial records, once turned over, would remain sealed and out of public view, Hunter still has reason to be concerned that conveying the financial documents could reveal to Roberts' legal team sensitive information about Hunter's financial position. For example, how much does he sell his artwork for? There is speculation that Hunter Biden may be hiding in the White House in order to avoid being served with legal papers in his child support court case. London Roberts' legal maneuvers in Arkansas lend weight to the rumor in Washington, D.C. that Hunter has been living at the White House. Surrounded by his father's Secret Service details and protected by his own agents, it's difficult for a process server to get to Hunter Biden. The New York Post reported that numerous sightings over the past 6 months lend credence to the idea, with Hunter and his family spotted trailing his father and the First Lady onto Marine One for weekends away to Delaware or Camp David, or for long vacations at the borrowed homes of billionaires. Disney began its second and largest round of layoffs on Monday. A total of 4,000 jobs are expected to be eliminated worldwide. The new round of layoffs will affect the ESPN division, including the television network and ESPN Plus streaming service, along with Disney Entertainment, Disney Parks, and its Experiences and Products division. However, these layoffs are not expected to affect frontline part-time workers at Disney theme parks and resorts. This round of layoffs is part of Disney's previously announced plan to reduce its workforce by 7,000. The third and final round of layoffs is expected to take place before the summer begins. At the same time, construction of Google's large campus in San Jose, California has been halted. The project was planned to bring 4,000 residential units and 25,000 jobs to South Bay. The campus would have generated significant revenue for the city of San Jose, and it would have helped the city address homelessness. Construction delays have put those returns at risk, and there are no plans to restart construction. Groundbreaking for the project was scheduled for the end of 2023. Google has laid off employees in its campus development team as a part of cost-cutting measures. In January, Google announced that it was laying off 6% of its workforce, or 12,000 employees, as a part of a cost-cutting measure. On Friday, San Francisco-based carpooling company Lyft announced that they would also be laying off 1,200 employees. And that's a wrap for this episode. Thank you so much for your support of Front Page. Please remember that every like, comment, and share helps more people to see the truth. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you have already subscribed, we thank you, but please double check to make sure that you are still subscribed, since some of our audience have reported that they're somehow unsubscribed without their knowledge. Okay. This is our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you heard today, please don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family, because everybody deserves to know the truth. Again, thank you for watching Front Page, and we will see you next time.